BovBox HDMI remote transmitter receiver, and I was having some problems with the quality. So this is an image from a baseball game that I was filming from the outfield, so a good 220 feet away between the receiver and the transmitter. And I kept seeing what I would call artifacts and a little sort of graininess in the view. And I wasn't sure if this was because of YouTube compression, or if this was because of my camera, or if this was because of the transmitter receiver. And so the BovBox is great because it's cheap. It's under $200 and works decently well. But I wasn't sure if upgrading to a better transmitter receiver would give me better results. So that's what I did. So this is my setup right now. I have an Apple TV. Its output is plugged directly into a new Hollyland Mars 300 Pro, which is then chained into the BovBox, which is then chained back. I have a direct feed, and this is all going into my YOLO box. So then looking at the receiver side has my YOLO box. It has the 300 Pro, the BovBox, and then a direct feed off. So this gives me several inputs to look at. And then what I found was a good source. So I'm going to go over to my source video now. This is just an Apple TV's screensaver. It's like the Earth at night from the International Space Station. And I can see, at least in my camera, this is the cleanest view. So this is the 1080 feed off the Apple TV. And if you look especially in the dark areas where dark changes to light, this will be more apparent. So this is the best view. This is the best source I have. I'm going to flip over now to what's coming off of the BovBox. So that would be HDMI 3. And HDMI 3, I think you'll see an immediate sort of blurriness and blockiness, especially where there's high transition of blacks to grays. And so then I will bump over to the Hollyland, and that's what I'm seeing with the Hollyland. So now to bump between these a few times, we'll go original source. So this is original source. This is, in my opinion, the best source. I'm now going to go to the BovBox, flipping over. That's BovBox. And going back to original source. And then we will go to the Hollyland. There's Hollyland in the middle. And then just to show you that I'm not making this up, I'll show you my actual program feed. So this is HDMI 1. This is the best source. I can do a full screen on that here. This is HDMI 1. We'll go to HDMI 2. HDMI 2 being the Hollyland, and HDMI 3, which is the BovBox. I think one thing I see with the BovBox, and I'm hoping this will translate over to YouTube, is a lot of blockiness in the grays. You see sort of squares, which really stand out, especially in like a smooth image like this. Coming back to original source, and those should clear up. And now going to the Hollyland. The Hollyland does show artifacts, but I would say it's not quite as dense, and certainly not as blocky as what I was seeing with the BovBox. Okay, so just as a reminder, here is my transmit setup. And I tried this in a few different orders that didn't seem to matter. I was concerned that the direct feed throughs might be a problem. But I went from Apple TV, in this case, Apple TV, to the Hollyland, to the BovBox, and then straight to the TV. And then the receive side, well, this is covering, but you get the idea. The receive side had the BovBox and the 300 Pro, and then a direct feed. And then on USB, I had a loopback. So that's why you're seeing, able to see the user interface of the YOLO box. Okay, so that's all it. The Hollyland does cost more. It's closer to $400, almost twice the cost. Is it twice as good? I don't know. I think at this view, it's probably okay, but people want to see their family, and they want to see the action and the moments in the highest quality possible. There's no 4K available here, but you can see this is the blurriness that I'm trying to overcome. So I'll let you know this weekend. I should be able to do a game using the Hollyland, and I'm hopeful to compare the results. I think just if you're going to hang out, we might as well try a side by side. So let's use this function of a split view. And so we'll do a split view of HDMI1, which is our best view, and then HDMI2, which is our Hollyland. And we'll do, instead of a, we'll do a center swap like that. Make our border really thin. Say done. Not remind. So this is side by side the perfect source and the Hollyland. I wish I could remember which was which. We'll do one more split view between the perfect view and HDMI3, which is the BovBox. And we'll do another center view, and we'll say done, and we'll click there. So that is the BovBox on one side and the clean source on the other. All right, so that's the end of this video. It's about 6 minutes. We'll cut it here and hope this helps somebody. Thanks.